Financial freedom isn't about being rich. It's about having control and choice over your life. Most people think income creates freedom, but real power comes from assets, discipline, and smart decisions. Understand this, and you'll stop chasing money and start building true financial independence. Financial freedom is often misunderstood as extreme wealth, luxury cars, or expensive lifestyles. In reality, financial freedom is about choice. It is the ability to decide how you spend your time without financial pressure. Choice over work, location, lifestyle, and priorities defines real freedom. When money controls daily decisions, stress dominates life. When money supports decisions, clarity emerges. Freedom begins when basic needs are covered without anxiety. Mental space opens when survival is no longer the focus. That space allows thoughtful planning instead of constant reaction. True freedom is calm, not flashy. It grows quietly as control increases. Wealth without control is still a prison. High income looks impressive but often hides fragility. Many people earn well yet live paycheck to paycheck. As income rises, expenses rise too. This pattern is called lifestyle inflation, and it silently destroys progress. Without structure, income becomes unstable. Financial freedom requires surplus. Surplus allows saving. Saving allows investing. Investing creates independence. Freedom is not about how much you earn, but how much you keep and control. Income is a tool, not the solution. Structure turns income into stability. Stability is what creates freedom, not salary size. Expenses decide how fast freedom arrives. Lower expenses increase flexibility. Flexibility reduces pressure. Reduced pressure improves patience and long-term thinking. When expenses are high, income must remain high. That dependency removes freedom. Controlled expenses create breathing room. Breathing room creates options. Options reduce fear. Fear reduction improves decisions. Intentional spending does not mean deprivation. It means alignment. Spending aligned with values accelerates freedom. Every unnecessary expense delays independence. Every controlled expense strengthens it. Assets are the engine of financial freedom. Assets generate income without constant effort. Businesses, investments, and systems separate time from money. When income depends entirely on time, freedom remains limited. Assets continue working even when you stop. Even small assets grow through compounding. Compounding rewards patience more than intensity. Ownership shifts power away from employers and toward individuals. The more assets you control, the less your time is controlled by others. Freedom grows where ownership exists. Asset building is slow at first but powerful over time. Debt commits future income before it arrives. Monthly payments reduce flexibility. Reduced flexibility increases stress. Stress limits choices. While some debt can support growth, careless debt delays freedom significantly. Lifestyle debt creates obligations without return. Interest quietly steals years of progress. Debt forces people to work for past decisions instead of future goals. Financial freedom requires minimizing unnecessary debt. Fewer obligations mean more control. Control reduces anxiety. Reduced anxiety supports long-term planning. Freedom expands as debt shrinks. Time is the real currency behind financial freedom. Money matters because it can buy time, but time itself cannot be replaced. When people are forced to trade most of their time just to survive, life feels heavy and restrictive. Financial freedom reduces this pressure. It allows time to be spent intentionally rather than urgently. Time can then be used for health, learning, family, creativity, and personal growth. Those who value time design systems to protect it. They make choices that reduce future obligations. Time multiplies the impact of good decisions and exposes the cost of bad ones. As financial dependence decreases, control over time increases. True freedom begins when time is no longer owned by necessity. Financial freedom always starts in the mind before it appears in reality. Beliefs influence behavior. Behavior forms habits. Habits create long-term outcomes. If someone believes freedom is impossible, they unconsciously act in ways that confirm it. A long-term mindset supports patience. Patience strengthens discipline. Discipline creates consistency. Consistency produces progress. Without the right mindset, even good strategies fail. A freedom-focused mindset prioritizes sustainability over speed. It accepts slow progress in exchange for stability. Speed without structure leads to burnout or collapse. Mindset determines whether obstacles become excuses or lessons. The journey reflects the thinking behind every decision. Financial freedom is not an event, it is a process. It unfolds slowly through repeated actions. Small improvements compound quietly over time. Early stages often feel unrewarding because progress is not visible. This is where most people quit. The beginning demands discipline and sacrifice. The middle requires consistency and learning. The later stages reward patience and clarity. Momentum builds only after persistence. Momentum then accelerates results. Growth reinforces belief. Belief sustains effort. Financial freedom favors those who continue when results feel invisible. Progress is rarely dramatic, but it is always cumulative. There is no universal definition of financial freedom. For some, it means retiring early. For others, it means flexible work hours. Some want location independence. Others want peace and security. Freedom depends on lifestyle, values, responsibilities, and personal goals. Comparing paths creates confusion and dissatisfaction. Clarity comes from defining what freedom personally means. Clear definitions guide spending, saving, and investing decisions. When goals are personal, discipline becomes easier. Measuring progress against others leads to frustration. Measuring progress against your own definition creates satisfaction. Real freedom is self-defined, not socially approved. Reaching financial freedom is not the end of the journey. It must be maintained with awareness and discipline. Poor decisions can reverse years of progress. Lifestyle creep slowly brings pressure back. Emotional spending erodes stability quietly. Systems that created freedom must be protected. Habits that build freedom must be preserved. Awareness does not end after success. Discipline remains essential. Financial freedom survives where respect exists. It is not a moment of arrival, but a state of balance. Maintenance protects choice. Protected choice defines lasting freedom.